I don't know what it is about tiny homes in this game, but there is something so fun to me about building micro homes and little tiny house challenges. It's genuinely one of my favorite things to do in The Sims. I think there's just something about trying to push the game to its limit and see what will work, even if it looks like it won't. So today we're gonna do exactly that because I want to try and make one of the tiniest houses possible in the entire game. I want to make a house that is only 1 tile wide. I've done a whole bunch of these before, like 3x3 houses, 2x2 houses, and you might be surprised at how much actually works, but 1 tile wide is like really pushing it. And when I say 1 tile, I'm not gonna do 1x1. I'm more thinking like a 3x1 sort of sized house, maybe 4x1. So the rules here are that it has to be fully functional. It has to cover all of our Sims' basic needs. So I'm thinking a bed, maybe a toilet, a shower, and some place to eat. I'd like to have something to fix their fun need as well, but we'll see how that goes. It's not as high of a priority. And hopefully, number 3, it has to at least look not terrible. That's a pretty long to-do list considering how small the house is, but we'll see if we can make it work. I did do this once before and I literally had to use fake walls. I had to delete the wall, otherwise they couldn't walk around in here. I'm gonna see if we can manage to do this without having to delete any walls. I just don't really know if that's gonna happen for us. You'd be surprised at how far into the wall you can scoot the beds and it still works. So I'm gonna try and scoot this as far as physically possible. Like, look at that. It's clipping through the wall and she can still get in there. So I'm gonna keep doing that as long as it will let me. It's okay to me if it's clipping outside. I'm not super worried about that. And like, obviously her head's gonna clip, but we have to just accept that as a reality of this challenge. I wonder if I can scoot it more this way. That's gotta be pushing it, right? No way. She actually gets in the bed still. I'm gonna push this as far as I can. I'm doing it one side at a time. There's no way. The pillow is completely cut off. Her head is in the wall. All right, that's too far. That's fine. It can be like right here though and still work. There's no way. Okay, well, if you want to sleep in that bed, that's fine. I can cover this stuff back here. I'll put something there to hide it. Now the question is, can she get around this when there's a wall here? Because I'm kind of thinking the answer is no. Yeah, okay. So we have to do at least a little bit of fake wall. The whole thing doesn't have to be fake wall, but I think at least a little bit of it has to be fake wall. I wonder if there's a couch under there. There's no way she can still sit in that, right? With the couch clipping so much. Oh, she can. How is that even possible? I'm genuinely amazed by this game sometimes. That makes no sense. I guess if we got like a small bench or at least some sort of item that maybe looks like it fits a bit better, like that kind of makes sense and it's not actually clipping that much. I didn't really plan the color scheme very much. I wasn't really thinking about like how it looks. I was mostly just thinking about how it works. I think I'll do wood floors right there. I think this part has to be tile. I don't really know what tile. We can do kind of a cool reddish thing. Of course, the lighting is terrible. Now, it is technically possible to have a fully functional bathroom in just 1 tile. I know it doesn't seem like it would be possible, but just trust me, it is. We gotta test it a few times to make sure it works. But you'd be surprised at how much they can do. Like, she can use all of these things like this. Oh, she can't use the shower. Okay, we have to do some more scooting. Are there any smaller sinks? This one's a little bit smaller. At least it's skinnier. Some of these are floating, which is probably better. No, not that one. I think I would prefer to use this sink if it let me, just because I like the look of it better, but I think that it looks weirder when it's clipping is the problem. Okay, she can use the sink. Can you use the shower, Nancy? What if I put the shower like over here? Can you use it like that? Boo. Okay, I think the sink's too big. I'm gonna see if this works. Oh, that's the way. Okay, she can use it like this. How? How is that possible? Let me see if I can get this scooted a little bit more so it's less ugly, because I do hate the clipping. I hate to say it, but it's not good vibes. Okay, toilet's fine, sink's fine, shower's fine. Okay, good. Nancy, that's almost all of your needs so far. You're doing pretty well, actually. The only problem now is that we have to get some sort of mini fridge, like food situation going, and that is a major concern to me. I know I can scoot it way back into the wall, so I'm gonna try and do that first. Do you wanna have a quick meal? Okay, she can use that. Can you still get into the bed? This is the only problem. When you start having the beds like this, okay, she's fine. You have to be really careful with bunk beds because they don't like it when there's stuff behind the ladder. Like, even things that you would expect would be no problem, like if I put a plant down there, you'd think that would be okay, right? But no, no, she can't get up anymore just because there's a plant underneath it. So that feels like a massive waste of space, but you can't really do anything about it. You actually can put microwaves on top of these. I don't know if she can still use the microwave though. Let's get a microwave pastry. No, okay. I suppose the microwave is like fully halfway out there. So I don't know how far forward it has to be for it to work. Maybe she doesn't need a microwave. What if I sized the fridge down? Can you size the microwave down? I wonder if I could do this, because then it's not clipping as much. Oh no, that's not gonna work. I think it has to be scooted way forward for that to work. Okay, I liked the microwave idea, but I don't think it's worth it. If it's gonna cause us problems, I'm gonna see how far underneath this I can put the microwave and have it still work. Okay, the answer is I can't scoot it farther at all. That's fine. Oh my god, did I make it worse? How come it worked before? I broke it. Oh, there we go. Okay, she used that autonomously, that's fine. Next, I was kind of wondering about putting this on this wall. I understand that it's clipping, okay? I know that that's bad, I know. However, if this will fit right here, this would be huge. Can you watch TV? Yeah, she wants to like stand there. I don't know if you can sit next to it and watch TV. That does kind of defeat the purpose if you won't sit on the thingy. At least she can turn on music from this and it works as a bookshelf. So that's 2 ways to build fun from it. I wonder if I can put it here on this wall. Can you sit there now and watch the TV? No, I don't understand why it doesn't work. I could probably use a regular TV though, right? That one's just big. But if I got like a regular wall, oh my god, that's absolutely enormous. Okay, if we got like a regular wall mounted TV and we sized it down, you have half a tile in between you. Sit, watch TV. No? Oh no. I really thought that one might work. I'm not gonna lie. I really thought we could make that happen. Let's see about putting, oh, do you actually try and slot there? What on earth? Please don't slot to anything. That's bad. I don't want you to do that. What is it slotting to? The side of the bed? Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to like memorize where this bed is because I think I have to take that away and then put this thing in and then put the bed back. I think it's the only way. Can you use that still? I guess you don't really even need it. It's mostly just there for like vibes, right? Yeah, she can still sit. Can you still sleep? No, tell me you can sleep. Is that really because of this? That is absolute nonsense. I'm sorry, nonsense is what that is. I will never, ever, ever understand why the bunk beds are as glitchy as they are. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, she can't use that now. I wonder if I did have the fake walls, if that would make this be less of a problem. I wanted to hold off on putting those in, but if we have to do it now, then we have to do it now. When I say fake walls, basically what I had done before was use some of these. We can even try and get them in a nice like darker color so it kind of matches the wood that we have elsewhere. And then I just didn't have a wall there. I left it open. And you know, I genuinely think that there are some ways to make this make sense. Like if I use these little things right here, it kind of has eco home energy and that gives you enough privacy. And then it's kind of out a little bit. Can you still get around in here? Yeah, she can. How does that even work? I don't understand this game. We'll probably want to get a door and it can be like a solid glass door. Can you get in and out? It looks like she can. Oh, that's huge. Okay. It's just like that little bit, that inch of extra space that lets her walk around in here. I'm kind of wondering then if that extra little inch of space will work for this TV. Because if I can get this scooted in there and then raise it up a couple tiles, that's a reasonable height. It doesn't look that good from the front, but who cares? As long as it's functional. Can you sit there and watch it now? It does work. Oh my god, that's huge. I feel like I just tricked the game. Okay, that's really good actually. Let me see if it still works with the wall put back. Okay, good. I had to delete this wall for a sec so it wouldn't slot, but it looks fine. And you know what? I think it's kind of interesting from the outside. You really don't have much privacy in this house, do you? It's like wide open everywhere you look. I wonder if the doors should be white. I don't know. I kind of like the black on it, but everyone knows that building modern houses is not exactly my strong suit. So I'm wondering if there was like some white accents on purpose. Like if we did something like that on the side intentionally, maybe we can try and have an interesting wall right there with the paneling instead. I don't think that we can put these panels back here. I think if we did that back here, it would glitch the toilet, but I'm gonna find out. Oh, it doesn't okay, that's fine. Never mind, it appears to be okay. Can't imagine how that's possible, but whatever. If you think it is, then it is. I'm actually kind of curious to use these new Riviera retreat rugs, like these stepping stones that we got. I think that could be kind of cool as the way to get up to the front door. And then I wonder if we could put some like debug fake walls or something. We just have to hide the bed because this looks terrible. I'm thinking like a tree kind of blocks it from that side. We do have fences, but they're not tall enough. Even this one is not tall enough. enough, so that doesn't really work. There are fences from Eco Lifestyle, like this one, that kind of has some interesting pizzazz to it. I wonder if we could just wrap that around the back a little bit, literally just to hide the stuff that's clipping. I realize that that kind of doesn't make it look like it's one tile, but that's not functional space. It's purely just like decorative space. And then I was kind of wondering about putting a couple of these in. Those are little hedge fences. Oh, it's not tall enough. All right, this is definitely a stretch, okay? You can still see the top of the bed, but if you just don't look that closely at it, maybe it helps. Well, now I'm kind of wondering if I could use these to make myself a little patio space next to the house. I know it's kind of weird, but it might be nice to have our own little private patio area. And I guess I'll just keep alt placing these little hedge fences, because we do have to put a couple of things outside. Like, it won't hurt if we have a trash can back here. You just can't fit that inside the house, and that's okay. I don't think anybody actually expects to fit that inside of the 1x1 house, right? I think I'm gonna use wood paneling on a lot of the outside of the building. I'm not sure about the inside. Like, maybe wood paneling on one of the walls could be cool as an accent, but I think I might make this other wall just plain white. That's clipping. We don't want that. We'll have to add a little bit more decor on the inside, because it'll be nice if we could have like a mirror or like some artwork. I don't know. We could probably try and fit some things here on this wall, but I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. Right now, I'm kind of trying to come up with plants that sort of match this thing over here. I might be doing like entirely too much with this, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm kind of trying to help fill it in. And plus, if we make the footprint bigger, then I feel like it makes more sense on this giant lot, because there's so much space back here behind us. So if we could just simply do a couple things to make it look like it fills in more of the area, I think that would be good. I guess now the question is, what do we put on this patio? Because ideally, we want to use everything inside only. However, if we have a couple of things like a grill outside, is that bad? Because then you have something to cook with that isn't inside of the 1x1 house. You can eat with just the 1x1. The grill is just additional. So does that make it okay? Or is the grill cheating? That's what I'm not sure about. I feel like I'm probably overthinking it. Like, I don't think it matters that much. Oh, we could also probably get a couple of little planter boxes. I love the idea of planter boxes back here, because I think that's kind of nice for like the gameplay of grilling your own food and trying to tell that sort of story. We can live off the grid a little bit more. I did kind of think about a telescope just then, but also that does give you something to do that isn't inside of the house. So is that bad or is that good? What else do we even have? I'm like trying to figure out what sort of skill building would be good. I was almost thinking that the woodworking table might be cool. There's a lot of wood accents back here, so that might not be bad to add in. I think this probably should be white. I think that blends it together better. All right, that might be the whole exterior done. We gotta think about the rest of the inside for a second, because there's like nothing happening in here. I did get a little bit carried away with the outside. Oh my God, I can't even see what I'm doing. Okay, this was my first thought, was that maybe we could get a cool painting right here. Artwork is always fun. And then maybe there could be a mirror. Even if the mirror is non-functional. I know I just went around saying, oh, it has to be functional, but I think the mirror kind of counts as decorative, so it might not be a bad thing. Although if the mirror is right here, can you still use it? She used the toilet, she washed her hands, she's talking in the mirror. Oh, and she took a shower. Okay, well that one we know works. I wonder if we could get a bigger one. That one's probably pushing it, right? Maybe that won't work. We could do the Eco Lifestyle one though, because we've got Eco Lifestyle stuff everywhere. That should be good. I'm looking at a couple of custom shelves now, because there are some things like even the food shelf that comes from Tiny Living. If we size that down, it kind of makes it look more like it's actually a kitchen. The slotting gets messed up on shelves even, right? If you size them down. Yeah, that's floating. Can you still get past that? I don't trust this game. Oh, okay, you can. I'm scared to put anything else in the bathroom because I don't want to break it. I'm really scared to use anything else in there. I would totally put like some sort of bathroom clutter, but this feels like the kind of house that's not good to have clutter in. I wonder if this will fit right here. That surely won't break anything, right? You just can't trust this game. Oh, it's fine. Okay, sorry, false alarm. You know what? Maybe with some terrain paint, the house might be done. It's fully functional. It covers all of your needs. If you just look inside, we have a full bathroom. We have a mirror so you can change your clothes and stuff. We have food that you can eat. You can sleep. You can watch TV. You can read books. You can even play music off of this thing. And then if you want to use the outside, we have a couple of things out there. But technically, you could live just on the interior of this little tiny 4-tile wide house. I don't know if I've ever actually tried to make a house that's only 3 tiles wide. I feel like I tend to intentionally make it 4. I've done 2 by 2 and then I've done 4 by 1. I think that doing it as a 2 by 2 square is probably more effective. I think you can fit more easily in here. It sounds like you wouldn't be able to, but I think that this is a better way of doing it. I can link a couple videos that I've made trying that down below in case you want to check it out, but this is what we've managed to get so far. I think it's cloudy. I want to see it in the sun. Oh, she's grilling. Oh my God, she lit it on fire. Nancy, what is wrong with you? I can't put it on the gallery like this. The floor is dirty. She's doing it again. Oh my God. Nancy Landgraf, I swear, you are a nightmare. Okay, well, it'll come with some snacks on the gallery if you download this lot. I'm gonna switch it into a tiny home. These have so many perks, so it's well worth playing in. Although there's not really much need to live in a 1 tile wide tiny home. If you have 32 tiles total, you don't really need a house this small. Okay, I tried to make a tiny house that's only 1 tile wide. This is fully functional, although I don't really recommend playing here. Fun for a challenge, but functionally it like looks weird because the lighting's weird and like you can't really see behind some of these walls and it's a mess. But it was fun to build, so hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like build challenges, I do stuff like this almost every day here on my YouTube channel, so make sure you're subscribed. Oh, and also stay tuned because in a couple of days this weekend, I'm gonna post a giant castle speed build. So, oh, and stay tuned because in a couple of days, I'm gonna post a giant castle speed build, almost as far from this as you could possibly get. So I will see you on Sunday for that. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. I hope you like tiny homes because I just like building tiny homes so much. It's so fun for me.